When you work for a boss, you literally have two jobs. Your first job is to make your boss happy. Your second job is to serve your customer or to serve whichever department you are helping. Here's the problem most of the time. When you first start your job, you realize that perhaps what your boss wants is not what your customer wants. And this mismatch causes you anxiety because you thought you came to a company to serve customers, not realizing that after a while, you are more or less serving your boss first and then your customer. So what's the issue here? The issue here is longevity. If you separate yourself, or you believe that you are separating yourself to serve two masters, now you are halving your productivity. Now, two ways to handle this. The first is to serve two masters and treat it as one. The second way is to not appease the boss so much by sending someone else to your boss and to serve your customer, or vice versa, serve your boss and not your customer. So many people, especially when it comes to new job opportunities, jump to a different boss or a different manager merely because they have had it. They no longer want to deal with this cognitive dissonance and they just want to either serve a boss or serve the customer. You see. So the issue here then becomes, are you more suitable for transformation so that this truth of serving two masters become one? Or are you going to choose to hop around so that you can serve one master more than the other? Well, if you're still growing, perhaps it may be a good idea for you to hop around. Here's why. Because in your first job, most people, they are underpaid. They are paid much less than what they are worth at the beginning. And it's only through the power of increments and job hopping opportunities to have a better base income that they rise in the income scale for per month or per year earnings. So it's not exactly completely bad for you as an employee to just be transformed immediately. It's much better in a monetary point of view to hop around. Now, what if you take the approach of transformation? Now, this is a very interesting thing. The first thing is, when you do transform, it no longer bothers you so much. And if it no longer bothers you so much, you gain more control. And when you're more controlled, naturally within yourself, according to your needs, of course. I'm not speaking about the woo-woo control in which you are the master of the universe and everything is you and you are everything. Not that per se. Or it could be. However, I don't believe that anyone looking at this current video believes that to be the case. Instead, here's the picture. You gain this self-control, so it no longer bothers you. When something doesn't bother you, when the dissonance in your mind does not bother you, you gain clarity and you gain perception. Now, you realize that, hey, you know what? In this place I'm serving, it's still the same game. I have to serve the boss and I serve the customer. So, if you come to that place of acceptance according to you, then isn't that peaceful? Now, if you are only coming to this stage of peace, that's not enough. That actually is called lethargy. That is actually sinking to a lower level. Instead, what would be much better for you so that you can move along with the job hopper types is this. Come to a place of peace first. Develop the value, develop all the good habits that you can working with your boss and your customers, and move along. Journey. Journey with all your friends. Journey with all your friends merely because you are friends. And attempt to learn what they are going through as well. You see, if you are peaceful, things tend to work out more miraculously for you. Even though sometimes situations may be really bad, and boy, I know many friends, including myself, who have a really bad time, especially when the boss is a certain way. However, look at it this way. If you're at peace with yourself, then would that not be a better experience for you where you are right now, as compared to you having the dissonance? So, follow the route of the job hopper, while at the same time transform yourself as much as possible so you are peaceful, so you can engage life like a surfer riding a wave rather than crashing into the water all the time. And in this way, when you do move on to the next place, you're actually riding a wave. You are deciding with a clear mind rather than crashing and getting on someone else's board, someone else's company to move along. So that's all I have to share about this. It's very important to know yourself, but if you can't know yourself, just do something. Crashing into the water is no problem. Take care, man.